order the meeting of the Syracuse Industrial Development Agency, and we will start with roll call of the board members. I am Kathy Murphy.
Ricky Brown.
Ken Kinsey.
Dirk Sonneborn. And Steve Thompson.
Thank you very much. We're joined by staff and council as well. Our proof of notice was duly served, and our first order of business is a public hearing for Plate Corporation. Judy?
Yes, good morning. Notice is hereby given that a public hearing pursuant to Section 859-A of the New York General Municipal Law will be held by the City of Syracuse Industrial Development Agency on the 20th of December 2022 at 8 a.m. local time at 233 East Washington Street, Common Council Chambers, City Hall, Syracuse, New York, in connection with the following matter. Plate Corporation, or an entity to be formed, the company, requested the agency undertake the project, consisting of A, the acquisition of an interest in approximately 5.21 acres of real property, comprised of parcels located at 441 Pulaski Street, 449 Pulaski Street, 459-75 Pulaski Street, 701 Hiawatha Boulevard West, and Hiawatha Boulevard and Pulaski Street, and 723 Hiawatha Boulevard West to Pulaski, which parcels contains improvements consisting of a 5,020 square foot building located on the 441 Pulaski Street parcel, Building 1, and an approximate 51,550 square foot building located at 449 and 459-75 Pulaski Street, Building 2, all located in the city of Syracuse, New York, collectively with the building's land, which land is being re-subdivided into one parcel in accordance with a subdivision map dated August 8th, 2022, prepared by CNY Land Surveying, file number 22.044, and to be named 459 Pulaski Street, tax number to be assigned. The renovation of certain portions of the buildings to allow for the construction of an approximately 22,200 square foot addition to Building 2, which shall be used for manufacturing space, and the completion of certain site work, including but not limited to renovations to the surface parking lot, installation of a stormwater management system, all located on the land, collectively the facility. The acquisition and installation in and on the land and facility of furniture, fixtures, and equipment, and together with the land and facility, the project facility. The granting of certain financial assistance in the form of exemptions from real estate taxes, state and local sales and use tax, and mortgage recording tax in accordance with Section 874 of the General Municipal Law, collectively the financial assistance. The appointment of the company or its designee as an agent of the agency in connection with the acquisition, construction, equipping, and completion of the project facility, and the lease of the land and facility by the agency pursuant to a lease agreement, and the acquisition of an interest in the equipment pursuant to a bill of sale from the company to the agency, and the sublease of the project facility back to the company pursuant to a sublease agreement. The company will be the initial owner or operator of the project facility. The agency will, at the above stated time and place, hear all persons with views with respect to the proposed financial assistance to the company, the proposed owner-operator, the location of the project facility, and the nature of the project. And a copy of the application filed by the company with the agency with respect to the project, including an analysis of costs and benefits of the project, are available and has been available for public inspection during the business hours at the office of the agency located at 201 East Washington Street, 6th floor, Syracuse, New York. And Madam Chairman, we received no comments one way or the other on this.
Thank you very much. The purpose of the public hearing is to hear comments regarding the application. We'll start with those who wish to speak in favor of this application. Please come forward, state your name, address, and any comments you may have regarding the application.
Good morning, Sarah Stevens, 201 Croydon Road, Syracuse, New York. And I serve as a consultant for Anaplate. So I just wanted to thank everyone for their time today. Anaplate is really excited about the potential to expand and continue to grow their company and grow their workforce. So we're in favor. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarah. Anyone else wishing to speak in favor of the application? Hearing none, is there anyone who wishes to speak in opposition to the application? Last call, anyone wishing to speak in opposition? Hearing none, the hearing is closed. Thank you very much. Next item on the agenda is minutes from our last meeting on November 18th, which were included, November 22nd and November 18th, excuse me, which were included in our packet. Are there any comments, concerns, changes? If not, is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Thank you, Dirk. Second.
Second.
Ken, thank you very much. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is a Finance Committee report. The Finance Committee met on December 13th. Jeez, I'm already a month behind. That doesn't bode well for the week. December 13th at 8 o'clock. At that meeting, the applications by Anaplate Corporation for its expansion was presented and discussed. Questions were answered by the applicant, and applications from One Remington LLC were discussed, as well as questions answered by the applicant. All items on the agenda were recommended for consideration of approval by the Board of Directors. First item on new business is the resolutions authorizing the Anaplate Corporation
Good morning, everyone.
expansion. Good morning.
So we just held the public hearing with respect to this project, and in your agenda, the first item you will see is an inducement resolution. I will note that included in the inducement resolution is a review of seeker and the adoption of the City of Syracuse's Planning Commission's determination. They had done seeker on this project initially, and they determined that it would not have a significant environmental impact. They provided us with all of those documents, and we are adopting that finding, and that is found in the inducement resolution. In addition, the inducement resolution evidences your willingness to undertake this project. It authorizes the execution and delivery of the agency agreement, which is attached as an exhibit and is your standard agreement you enter into with all applicants that controls the rights and obligations of the parties between the time you undertake a project and the time we close on the lease transaction. For the benefit of the company and others, in order to secure your benefits, you have to execute and deliver a copy back to my office within 14 business days. It also authorizes state and local sales and use tax in an amount not to exceed $270,000 for the project. It authorizes mortgage recording tax exemption in the approximate amount of $22,500, and it appoints the company as your agent for purposes of undertaking and completing the project.
Thank you. Questions, comments, concerns on the inducement resolution? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the resolution for the Anaplate Corporation? Motion made by Ken, thank you. Is there a second?
Second. Ricky.
Second, Ricky, thank you. Last call for questions. Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye. Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion carries. Sue, pilot
you.
resolution, thank you.
Yes, the next resolution is the pilot resolution for this project. It authorizes a 15-year pilot schedule, which is located as Exhibit A to your resolution, and that schedule does conform to your UTEP, so there is no deviation here. And I will note for the record, as I try to do each time, when you get a pilot agreement, when you get a pilot from this agency, the company continues to pay 100% of real property tax on the property as it exists today. The exemptions provided through the pilot only apply to the improvements that are going to be made to the property.
Thank you. I also want to remind everybody, I believe this is an expansion of currently 200 jobs approximately, Jim, and the expansion will end up with another 20, is that correct? Great. Any questions, concerns, comments? Is there a motion to approve? Motion made by Ken, thank you. Second?
Second, Ricky.
Ricky, thank you. Last call for questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries.
Thank you. The last resolution in your agenda with respect to this project is the final approving resolution, and this resolution authorizes the execution and delivery by this board of all necessary lease documents to confer the benefits that were just approved to the project.
Thank you. Is there a motion to approve the final resolution?
Motion.
Ken, thank you. Is there a second?
Second, Ricky.
Second by Ricky. Thank you. Last call for questions, comments. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Have a nice holiday. Thank you.
Are you ready for me to go?
Be good to see that corner cleaned up.
Ready for you to what? Yeah, well.
Go to the next one?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay.
Next item on the agenda is 1 Remington LLC, approval of the resolutions. Before we start, I just want to note that the public hearing for this application was held on November 18th of this year.
Correct.
I believe there were no comments in opposition at that time to the application.
Correct.
Um,
And no written opposition.
And no written comments received.
Period.
And I believe there's someone here from 102, correct. Okay, so if we have any questions, comments, concerns, thank you. Sue, go ahead, sorry.
So this project, you may recall, is a project located at 466 Brighton Avenue. It is a request for benefits to construct an approximately 18,000 square foot building to act as additional office space and warehousing space for the existing company. They need it to expand their current business. The first resolution in the packet is the seeker resolution. We will note that the agency has appointed itself as lead agent for purposes of conducting an uncoordinated review. The applicant submitted an EAF for review. It was determined upon review that it is an unlisted action and will not have significant environmental impacts, and therefore there is a negative declaration attached to your resolution.
Thank you. Questions, comments? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the seeker with a negative declaration on the project?
So moved.
Thank you, Dirk. Second?
Second.
Second by Steve. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstention, motion carries. Thank you, Sue.
The next resolution is the inducement resolution. And I will say that this resolution authorizes the undertaking by this body of this project. It seeks to appoint the company as your agent for purposes of completing the project. It authorizes the execution and delivery of the agency agreement, which is attached as an exhibit. It would authorize the state and local sales and use tax in an amount not to exceed $160,000 and mortgage recording tax in the approximate amount of $23,250. And I will note, just for the record, that at the public hearing or at the Finance Committee, there was concern about some information the board had received regarding outstanding code violations, but those were clarified, and it turns out that those violations existed prior to the applicant taking ownership of those other properties. We're not talking about the property for which they are seeking benefits now, but there was seemingly a history of code violations, but that was clarified, and in fact they had acquired those properties and then rectified those outstanding violations. So I just wanted to reiterate that here. Otherwise, that's the inducement resolution.
Thank you, Sue. And following up on that, and correct me if I'm paraphrasing wrong, I believe that the business model that was to purchase distressed properties that were certainly underinvested, and to improve those properties for a rental or sale into the market. Okay. which
Most of those properties have been sold off for,
most of the properties, I believe you said that
About 3.
5 or 6.
yeah.
5, 6 total, only like 3 in the city.
Okay, 3 in the city, correct. And obviously, it goes without saying, but I will say it, when you put something into the rental pool in the city and/or for sale, all violations are corrected. Okay, thank you. Any other comments or questions, concerns?
I have just,
Yep.
could we ask the applicant just to state
Sure.
his name for the record and the minute?
Sorry. That was my fault.
That's all right. No blame.
I'm sorry.
I think I'm not going to vote in favor of it.
All right.
Colin Cleghorn here, 1100 North Road, Tully, New York, 13159.
What was his name?
Colin.
Colin.
And Colin, your affiliation with One Remington?
50% owner with my brother Greg.
Great,
Thank you.
thank you.
Does that have anything to do with Iron Horse?
Yeah, Iron Horn. Yep, so that's the DBA that we have all the businesses under.
Okay.
Yep.
Don't your mother be down to the courthouse buying?
Yes, my mom's there every day.
Okay.
Foreclosure auction. Yeah. If you've met her there, then I guess.
Oh, yeah, and we talk all the time when we're down there together.
Nice.
Any other questions or comments for Colin? Thank you very much, Colin.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Okay, I'm on the inducement.
Yes, you are, ma'am.
Yeah, inducement resolution. Any other questions or concerns? Is there a motion to approve?
So motion.
Thank you, Ken. Second, Dirk?
Sure.
Thank you, Dirk. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is a pilot resolution for the project.
Correct. This is a 10-year pilot. The schedule is attached as Exhibit A. It does conform with your UTEP, so no deviation. And again, the exemption will apply only to the improvements.
Thank you. Any questions, comments, concerns? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the resolution?
Motion.
Thank you, Ken. Second?
Second.
Ricky, thank you. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion carries.
Thank you. The last resolution in the agenda with respect to this project is the final approving resolution, which authorizes the execution and delivery of all of the lease documents necessary to confer the approved benefits to the project.
Thank you. Motion? Motion made by Ken, second.
Second.
Ricky, thank you. Last call for comments or questions? Hearing none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion carries. Colin, thank you very much. Have a nice holiday. Tell your brother he has to get up at 8 for the 8 o'clock meeting.
Excellent.
Good luck.
Alan, do you know when you are anticipating closing with this, with the IDA?
I'd have to talk to Leroy, our CFO.
Okay. If you could let my office know, that would be helpful.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a
Happy
great day.
holidays.
Thank you.
Tell your mama said aye.
Yeah.
Ken Kinsey.
Next item on the agenda is a resolution for an extension at Beacon Armory.
Yes, so this project was previously undertaken by the board, and we closed on the lease transaction last year, December of 2021. This is for the project at 120 to 124 Walton. It is a mixed-use project. They experienced the standard delays that everyone else has. They have come back and asked that we extend their appointment it will end December 31st of this year. They're looking for an extension through the end of July of 2023, so about 7 months, simply to complete the project. They're not asking for any additional financial assistance. They were awarded approximately $200,000 in state and local sales and use tax. They've used about $100,000, so they just need some more time.
Great, thank you. Any questions, comments?
When was the original? When did we approve the original? Do you know the date?
The original approval?
Yeah.
It was in, I would say, September of last year, August, September. This is the project where Empire Brewery was, and in fact, there was just something in the paper that they
They
just put a bourbon and,
All you heard was the biscuit.
Yeah,
bourbon and something is going
Is it
in.
something good
Bourbon and
downstairs.
biscuit?
It's something like that.
Yeah,
That rhymes. That's nice.
I've actually been in the building, and they really have gutted it.
Maybe the chicken.
it was originally offices, which is kind of unusual to put it back to what it is. It really is a
Empire
Beautiful
Brewery.
building inside.
On Walker Street down by,
A lot of work.
Across from the old
That's where the Blue Tusk
Blue
started.
Tusk.
Jet Black
Oh,
and Blue
yeah,
Tusk.
Blue
right?
Tusk.
Started there in that building, actually.
Oh,
Did
wow.
it?
Yeah. Tim, you were in that old
Are they
basement?
open still? Blue Tusk?
upstairs,
No,
when
they're gone.
when you go up the first set of stairs,
Yeah.
just inside on the right, a long time ago.
All right,
Back in
so
Stevie Thompson's day.
is there, is there a motion to approve the extension for sales tax on Beacon Armory project?
Make a motion.
Thank you, Ricky. Second, Dirk. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion carries. Thank you. Next item is 1970 West Fayette Street. Sue?
Yeah, so they originally closed with us in November of last year. At the time, they took a small construction loan. They are now taking the balance of their construction loan, and they are asking for us to participate in those documents, which we are obligated to do under our lease documents. They're not asking for any additional financial assistance, so it's really the execution of the mortgage documents.
A reminder, this is the Strathmore paint
Yeah,
site.
yeah.
Any questions, comments, concerns? Motion to approve?
Make a motion.
Thank you, Ricky. Is there a second? Second, Ken. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion carries. Thank you. Next item on the agenda, Judy, Clarion Associates for a rezone.
Yes, Clarion Associates is the consultants that the rezone project, the city of Syracuse has used for the rezone project, which, as you may know, it has been going on for several years. The board of directors approved a contract with them back in late 2021. You initially approved a contract of $80,000 for consultant services, and there is a balance left on that contract now of $39,000. They did not use any of the money at all during 2022, and Owen Kearney, who is leading the rezone project for the Syracuse, has asked if this can be renewed through December of 2023 to really finish up the work. The rezone project is probably, I hesitate to say this because I'm not entirely sure, but it's probably going to be going to the council in the next couple months as a final. And Clarion will be working with them to put together a manual. It's a huge undertaking. So at this point, the only thing we're asking is for a further extension of the contract through December 31st of 2023. There is no additional money being asked for, and the money has literally just been sitting there.
Thank you. Questions? Comments? Hearing none. Motion to approve the extension through next year,
Make a motion.
or end of this year, excuse me. Thank you. I'll take that as Dirk, and a second from Ricky, if that's okay. Any further comments? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstentions, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is just simply a reminder that the 2023 board meeting schedule was included in your packet, and there is one noted change. We always meet on Tuesdays. In February, we're meeting on Wednesday. And if anybody is traveling, Steve is traveling not going to be here in February. Okay. Anybody is traveling, just let us know. It would be great. But it's in the packet, and we'll obviously send you reminders. Yes.
I'll be here the first week of February, and after that I won't.
Okay, thanks.
Well, that's good to know if we need to have a finance committee.
I won't be here in the month of February. I'll be back in time for the March meeting.
Great.
I'll be away in April, but I have to check dates.
I'm going to be away all next year.
I pretty much want to be any of them when I grow up.
Okay, I'm just kidding. All right, let me do this. Could everybody send us an email?
Yes.
Just saying what we just said, so
I
I
was just gonna say,
don't write it down,
Could you please
right?
send me an email, and I'll see if I can manipulate the schedule?
Yeah.
And we're not, we can't call in and vote. You can
No.
call in to
You
listen.
can call in, but
but not to
you
vote.
can't vote.
And you won't count as a quorum calling in.
Right.
So it'll be the Three Musketeers in February.
You can tape it and listen at a later date and time.
Oh, my Lord. Okay, on to the next thing. We need to go into executive session to discuss.
Yes, Kathy, before we do
I'm
that.
sorry.
I just wanted to say that we have invited someone to be in executive session with us. I told him to be here at 8:30.
Santa Claus?
He's taking me. I didn't really think we would get through the meeting
That's
this,
okay.
this fast.
We have other things.
We have other
We
things,
can
right.
discuss too. So
But we need to go next door, we can turn.
we need to go next door because it doesn't really turn off according to Lori.
Right.
Right, right. So the motion that I would request to go into executive session is for the purpose of discussing property acquisition and possible property disposition. Is there a motion?
Make a motion?
Thank you, Ricky. Second?
Second.
Ken? All in favor, please say aye.
All right.
Opposed, abstentions, motion carries. We'll be in Corp Council's conference room,
Yes.
correct? And we can leave everything here?
Yes.